Blazing Hit Radio.
Better music,
Less commercials.
more Larry and Kathie.
My name's Larry, and that's Kathie.
Hello.
Over there, it's Bolty.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody, it's Friday. Yeah, a little freestyle. What? Happy
Hello,
Friday.
good morning.
We did it.
Right. Yay, Friday.
This is what we call, let's get this over with.
Right. We can do this.
Yeah. Even though Kathie got to do the TV show later.
Things like that do suck. Like
I know, you don't
it's
get to run and go
a
play
whole
with
different
us.
world of freedom when I get to just chill and let the pace happen the way it's naturally going to work.
She doesn't get to hang with our crew because right after the show, Bolty and I go skateboarding, and we wreak havoc on Denver.
Hit the mall.
Right, and then we get new ink. We get our necks tattooed.
Right. I'm missing out on all that.
And then we're just jamming out to Lil Pump. Wait, what? And Lil Xan. What?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got tattoos under our eyes. Those are not fake.
It's not.
They're pretty dope.
Yeah.
Has your mother seen that?
No, I hope that I'll probably wear cover up the first couple times.
Oh, yes.
I don't want to
Makeup.
hear it put a Band-Aid on it.
Right.
But no, for real, happy Friday.
Happy
and
Friday.
We're going to do, yesterday was Throwback Thursday, but we're going to do Flashback Friday.
Okay.
And here in a second, we're going to play a Kindle classic when we used to work at that other station. And so it's, a little shout out to our old coworker.
Yeah. So can we come back and talk about after? You want to talk about it now?
You're going to talk about this, and then we're going to play the little jam.
Okay. What am I talking about?
I don't know. You said you had a one-off.
I did say that?
Yes, you did.
Hang on. I probably did. Hey,
Ladies
it's
and
Friday.
gentlemen, welcome to Kathie's about to pull something out of her butt.
That's right, everyone.
And what will it be, John?
20% of us have peed in a pool.
Oh, that's
Drop
it?
the mic.
Can I get an amen?
Amen.
I thought it'd be higher.
You think it'd be higher? They're saying only 2 out of 10 have peed in the pool.
People lie.
Yeah, people are lying.
I'm doing it right now.
Okay,
No
Larry.
pool.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just doing it. No, that's awesome. And when you're a kid, that's that's a sweet spot. I'm in the middle of the pool here. Nobody knows what's happening.
Well, here's the thing. I, as a parent, tell Avery, if we're in the lake,
Don't pee in the pool. Oh, pee.
I'm like, pee.
Yeah.
You're in the lake. Everything's peeing in the lake.
Yeah, the lake's free.
And because the place where we rent the lake house,
Right.
they have a porta potty, kind of so you don't have to track the sand into the house. They put
but still, it's a porta potty.
but it's still clean and
no, I'm
probably
going to take a deucer in your lake.
probably 30 people, 30
payday.
people a year use it. That's how
Right.
exclusive it is. But I was like, she goes, oh, I have to pee. And then there's parents that are like, well, get out. And, you teach them to be in the habit. And I'm so
No.
just pee. Just
I'm
pee.
sure if you pee in a public pool, it helps build endurance for other kids of
Well, the
germs.
public pool I worry about because ever since I saw Grown Ups and I knew that there was
It's not
ink that-
real.
It's not
It's
real.
not
They don't do something like that because you're right. The
No.
whole pool would be turned in blue.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
We all do it.
okay. So
The rest of the people lied in the survey.
You're right. They're lying. So let's see. When it comes to the woods, if you're outdoors in the woods or a field, some sort of rural area, 7 out of 10 of us said that we've peed there.
You know what? I know this is going to sound weird and this is not a thing, but I do enjoy peeing outside. Like when you go camping and stuff, you feel like, I can just pee wherever I want.
Yeah.
And so you're not allowed to do that now because they'll register you as some sort of weirdo.
Right.
So it kind of sucks.
See, I'm the weirdo that always ends up getting a mosquito bite on my butt. If I'm peeing, I got a mosquito bite.
Right.
If I am doing number 2, definitely got a mosquito bite. I always get a mosquito bite on my booty.
Because that's the sweetest part of you. The mosquito's like, that was delicious. And then you're like, and he's dead.
Okay, more. Let me tell you more. When it comes to a bathtub, 2 out of 10. No, that's your
That's
water.
your water.
2 out of 10.
Shouldn't
What?
have
Pee in the
peed in their bathtub.
Ooh, gross.
No.
Ooh.
That's
No,
the same amount as in the pool. I don't believe
Nuh-uh.
it.
Wait,
that's
wait a
no
minute.
way.
Are you talking about peeing in your shower?
No, they said it specifically says bathtub.
Bathtub is for if somebody's peeing in the toilet and you can't make it. You're like,
Yeah.
well, this is close enough.
But then you immediately go, time to get out. Time to get out.
Right. Oh, you mean while somebody's in there?
While taking
Yes.
a bath.
While you're in the bathtub.
No,
and
not
Then
cool.
you're soaking in
in your own
pea
urine.
soup.
You better take a shower right after.
When it comes to showers, 6 out of 10 of us say that we pee in the shower, which I still think that seems low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I pee in the shower.
yeah, everybody does that. That's just a common thing. And some of us do the other.
You better not.
And then you have to smash it into those little holes.
Gross! That's not what those pipes are made for. In the ocean, only half of us say that we've peed in the ocean. Really? Lies.
That's why it's so salty.
All right. I'm not getting out and going in
Right,
there
exactly.
and drying off and
Right, but maybe if you pee in the ocean, the sharks are like, uh-oh, we know where to go.
Yeah.
dun dun. dun
Especially like, I know there's commercials for you can be a lady and, on your lady time and still go to the pool or do this or that, the other.
Okay, where are you going with this?
So my thing is, I think even if that's still, the product or whatever, I still think a shark could figure that out past that. Like, I think they're so keen that they're like, somebody's close.
So,
Just saying.
3 out of 10 of us have peed in urban areas, alleyways.
Oh, yeah, it's just all, where there's graffiti.
Against the building.
On a homeless person.
That's true.
St. Patty's Day. You probably did it in an alley.
No, I didn't. I'm a lady.
See, and
I totally did.
That's another thing you have to worry about. It's like if they catch you, they add on, showed your genitals in public.
Right.
And you're like, what?
Sexual predator.
You're like, I just had to pee, and now I have to register what?
And you know what happened on Saturday?
What?
Mosquito bite.
Oh,
I know. I'm kidding.
I've been wondering. I thought she was like pulling her underwear out of her ass. Clearly, it's just been a mosquito. But
But I do have to say this. So last week when we got Jack, the deaf dog, we hadn't been home. And we went over to the Whitcombs' house. So I'm about to reveal something to the Whitcombs. I don't know if they want it.
well, they're your couple swap, so
right.
they know
So anyways,
everything about you.
Rick, he's listening right now. So anyways, they were late behind us. We got to their house first. And we had Jack. So the whole thing was to introduce him to our other dog and let him play in the backyard and get cool,
So you got there before they were there.
So we just went into the backyard through the fence and went back there and let him start playing, which was totally cool. Well, all of a sudden I look over and Mr. Efficient is over in the corner of the dog run peeing against the fence. And obviously he was hoping they'd be home. His plan was to go inside and go pee. They were late, so he still had to pee.
Yep.
And I was just so weird to look over and be like, you're peeing right there. Like you're peeing. And then it was a lot of pee.
Yeah.
And then.
Were you mad because you're like, why are you wasting that?
No.
I thought that was for later.
Okay. No no. What is wrong with you two?
I don't know why you're mad.
No, so I'm just saying he was. So then this is where the sad thing was. So then Mr. Whitcomb, obviously he hadn't cleaned up the dog run. That's where JJP.
Oh, so he stepped in it?
No, he had walked by it. He was, he kicked rocks over it, not knowing that was JJ's pee.
Oh, so he's like, damn dogs, look at all that pee.
Wow, look at all that pee. What, they all pee at the same place?
He's all, that pee smells like beer.
Right? So yeah, the peeing. And the last thing, everyone, is the sink. People pee in their sink and other people's sinks.
Okay, like why?
Bolte is smiling, and
If
now
it's
I'm
a keg
nervous.
party and you're in there and everybody's
it's just a urinal.
when you used to have to hide smoking weed at the party.
Right.
So you all be in there and it's like, okay, one's going over there, one's in the sink, one's in the toilet. It could happen.
Oh.
I'll pee in a sink, but I'm using hand wash as I'm doing it. So I'm peeing with soap on my hands.
Yeah.
See, that works, right? No.
Blazing Hit Radio.
Better music,
Less commercials.
more Larry and Kathie.
So we got a email,
Yes.
and it's about a woman in a open relationship.
Yes. So it says,
It's crazy. What I was thinking about that is that, when it's open, like, I guess you just have to have this two people that have that same feeling about things.
Yes.
And then I would imagine you'd put a couple rules out there.
gotta have rules.
Right. And then, I don't know. It just seems like a really crazy thing.
Okay. So I know somebody that's in this kind of a relationship.
Right.
Okay.
I've heard you talk about that.
All right. So the email says, the text, sorry. Good morning, Kathie and Larry. Love you guys. I love everything about you. So happy you're back. I've been with my man since high school, and we're now in our 30s. So we've been together a long time. So last year, There was a guy at my job that totally made me get all the butterflies again. But I couldn't leave my man because of financial reasons and because I love him so much. Needless to say, we now have open relationships where we are allowed to date other people. I've been with this guy consistently from work, and my husband has been with about 4 or 5 or 10 women.
Oh, man, he's cleaning out.
Now I know where the problem is in this letter. Even though I'm happy to have the guy, I'm not really happy that he's so open.
Right, this song does not apply. They don't have to creep.
They're not creeping.
They're like-
That's crazy
no, no.
to me.
It started off creepy.
It's cool because it's my throwback jazz.
Right.
Flashback Friday.
So no, that makes sense because but you can't hate. You're the one that opened it, so
Right.
you can't be mad if he's because maybe she'll have a time where she's got 5 guys.
Right, it could happen.
We just got a 5 guys by my house.
Did you? Congratulations. Ba-dum-bum.
So yeah, like I guess there's like
I agree. You can't. You said you wanted this. You needed to put your foot down that it could only be one at a time, or
yeah, like because like obviously he's kind of studly. Maybe you should have kept that on lock.
You know what though? Here's the thing that sucks. And she goes on to say that she and he have good sex still together.
Okay.
Okay. So, but here's the thing that
I'll be damned.
it's funny because kind of like women in relationships, like we want emotional and, like, so maybe that's why she's got the one, because it's that emotional affair that turned
Right.
into something.
Okay.
But now it's not an affair. But it's just so typical. It's just so typical of who guys and girls are. Girls will choose some sort of emotional, steady dude on the side.
And
whereas
guys are like, nope, I need
Friday,
whore.
Saturday, Tuesday,
Right.
Wednesday, whenever it happens.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't get it. Because I would say that it's the love has gone between them, but because it's so familiar, they can't break up. But she says they're having good sex together.
First of all, I need to clutch my pearls because this is over the top. No, I would say that you can't hate because I guess you could try to outdo him, but is that the whole point of this? Is to see who could have the most partners? Like, and then maybe you guys didn't, like Kathie's people that she knows, set some rules.
Right.
So in other words, like she should have said, let's not go over a certain amount, or let's keep it under a certain amount.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Like, how about let's not go over 3?
3 in a month? 3, like you think that you'd be more jealous of the fact that I'm having an emotional relationship with this dude, telling him everything, sharing things with him. But I guess, I don't know.
I think you can reel it back in. Maybe it was that part of your relationship that you tried it and it didn't work because obviously she's already having feelings of jealousy.
But she's saying that she doesn't want to give up her dude.
I know, but so why don't they all just get together? I mean, like, in other words, maybe she should be there. Maybe he would be open for her to be there with some of these other chicks so she could be like, hey, not on the mouth. Or something like that. You know,
be the referee.
There are people, we've had that, where people have called in. My friend who has an open relationship, they never had a threesome or someone else in the bedroom with them. It was
that's crazy because
it was crazy.
They're just like, hey, we're going to separate church and state,
right? But and they also still have really good sex together.
Okay,
like she'll even tell me it's the best sex
they've ever had.
It's better than the one she's cheating on, or not cheating. It's better than the second
right, because
relationship.
she doesn't have the stress of sneaking around.
Yeah, but the second relationship, like what she gets out of that is he kind of gets down with the
fellas.
Dominatrix.
Oh, dominatrix.
Yeah.
So 50 Shades.
Right. When her husband's not willing to hit her.
That's crazy.
But this is your dude can. Yeah. Isn't that weird?
We were talking the other day, producer Bolte and I, and we were saying about like a guy who could be like, want his girl to be like, have been with a lot of guys at one time or whatever. Mm-hmm. So like that takes a special kind of guy who's like, have a good night, honey, with the rugby team.
Yeah. Right.
Like, and then the fact that he'd be like, please bring photos.
Oh, yeah. Or I want to watch. I'll be a cigarette in the corner.
Right, exactly.
Again, they don't watch each other. They've seen like the other person that the person's going out with. Like she'll show him a profile of the dude she's going to meet.
Oh, yeah.
And he'll show her profiles of the chicks he's going to meet. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, and it's crazy that they, again, keep it separated.
Yeah.
Because I would think, like, hey, your guy would look good with my girl Renee.
Yeah.
And then they would all interchange, but then that's not how they do.
Yeah, that'd be swinging.
My friend,
Right.
her relationship, he freaks out more. Like he has more moments, anxiety,
jealousy.
right? But he has more than her. Same kind of situation as this chick.
Well, if this has made me think of anything, obviously we want your opinion.
Yes.
And you can we've posted this up on our Facebook page, so we want you to comment there. Our text is down.
And you can call us though.
303-728-3420. And you can also send us your opinion on the shout out portion of the app. Just go to menu and hit shout out and record your comment and send it in. But this makes me feel like we're all boring. Like we better step it up.
I know, right?
Like it's like you and Mr. Efficient need to have a serious talk about where this is going. Because you're like, we're gonna get something going on here. Like I'm seeing a black guy.
No,
Oh no.
Larry.
Oh yeah.
No.
I'm seeing Bolty. It's happening.
No.
And the thing is, what's funny I was talking to him the other day. And I
Mr.
called
Efficient?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I had to ask him a question, and I was like, "Hey, what's up, man?" And he goes, "I'm at lunch with the new training a new person." And I was like, "Oh, cool." I was like, "Is it a yeah or a what's up?" And he goes, "The first one."
Yeah.
And I was like, "So you're having lunch with some whore?"
I know. Yeah, and Mr. Efficient, his promotions team over there. I got to because the other day I surprised him at work.
Yeah, I saw a picture of
Yeah.
you taking it at work.
And which, by the way, he got mad that the receptionist let me back there.
Oh,
He
he's
was
like, "There's security measures."
He did. I was like, dude,
It's me.
I worked in this building for like 15 years. I know where to go.
I know. However, he's like thinking someday you're going to come kill him. He's like, that you're just going to let her through.
Yeah.
Kathie comes through with her big
Wall of defense.
with her bow and arrow. What is that bow and arrow gun?
Katniss.
Yeah.
Crossbow.
Hunger Games, right?
Crossbow.
I whistle.
Oh yeah.
I wish I could do the Hunger Games whistle there. So, and I met his 3 girls that do like the girl for KYGO and the girl
Okay.
for, right. And they're all cute, attractive, right?
Oh, okay. So he's
cute
got
blondes.
he's got his own Bolty at work.
He's got 3.
So we all
Yeah, he's
got
got
our own
3
Bolty.
at the
Right.
same time.
Well, and the thing is, it's like, I relinquish, obviously, like, Bolty and I are boys from a long time ago.
Yeah.
Clearly, this was never going to get romantic. So I relinquish Bolty to you. I just
not
find
like
it entertaining to be on this end of it. I mean,
In
Kathie,
what way?
because you, for all those years, you had to see that total bromance between Wiggins and I.
Oh, Jesus.
It has hold us
8 years to be
time.
exact.
And you definitely had a thing for him. And
I did.
I felt bad
never
about.
did.
I felt bad.
He and I were kindred spirits from being from Old Thornton.
That's not true. I have one incident where you threw up in your hair and you said, "I never wanted Wiggins to see me this way."
Yeah.
And so I was
didn't.
like,
I wouldn't
yeah,
want anybody to see
whatever.
me throw up in my hair.
You thought it was going to happen.
Okay, why did your jealousy took it that way?
No,
Because there's no way that
I took it that way. I was the one who said that. I
anyone
thought it was
wouldn't
funny.
want anyone to see them with
But-
vomit in their hair.
And I go, "What?" And you're all, "I didn't say anything."
I wouldn't want anybody to see with the vomit in my
Yeah,
hair.
whatever.
I was
Anyway.
pregnant. I had no makeup on. I'm vomiting. There was vomit on my dress, if I remember correctly. I wouldn't want anyone.
All I'm
Wiggins
saying
was the one
is
in the
I'm
rock bottom.
celebrating. You finally got
Jesus.
your own Wiggins.
Oh my God.
Blazing Hit Radio.
I love that morning show.
Now with more us.
They wake me up.
Better music, less commercials, more Larry and Kathie.
In the morning, in the shower.
Coming up, we have a listener who has a situation. She shall remain nameless, but it's really juicy because it's kind of like a swinger situation.
Oh no, I think it's more of a
Open relationship.
open relationship.
Yeah, swingers are like couples
Couples
that swap.
going, yeah.
Yeah, this is more of a you do you.
Right, and I'll do me.
Right.
And we still do each other.
Right.
But we're cool with that.
I know, and some people like a lot of guys probably like fantasize about that possibility
Right.
on their end.
And some girls.
I know, but guys only see it on their end. They couldn't be like, "Hey, babe, have a good night. Hope you
Right.
get plowed."
That's-
that takes a very special man.
It does, because you guys are very weird about who's been parking their car in the garage.
Exactly, especially when it's a newer, cooler car.
Right.
Bigger. She's like, "I had to trade up to a 2-car.
So yeah,
That's coming up.
That's coming up.
But I wanted to say that I was talking a couple days ago about how my sister-in-law, we got drunk on St. Patrick's Day.
Yes.
And it was just funny because, I love my sister-in-law. She's awesome.
Yes. I love your sister-in-law.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Always, to me, I consider her my little sis. Like, I just have loved her that long. It's Chris's little sister.
Right. If Chris were a short little lesbian, that would be Shar. Okay.
And if Shar were a tall gay man, it would be Chris.
So what's funny is when it was just like that moment where you're like drunk and you're staying in the conversation, and it was just funny. I think it was hilarious, but we were just talking about, what do your parents leave you if they pass? Like, is that still a thing? Unless you're a really rich person or whatever.
Okay.
And then I was like, just like just talking about what happened with my mom. Had eventually passed, or my stepdad passed, and then my mom passed.
Yes.
What would happen with her house? And I go, I would imagine she'd give it to my sister because my sister could use a bigger house. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
You're just thinking about the house thing and
right. I was
size.
thinking, and I don't care at all. I'm not like that sibling that's like, well, what?
Yeah.
Right.
You know
Other
what I mean?
siblings are counting down.
Right.
In 20 years, I'm going to get.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So Shar is like, I go, yeah, I don't really know. I was like, and she goes, in her drunken little state, she goes, we got to find out.
And you said, no, it doesn't matter.
I go,
love
it doesn't
my sister.
matter.
It doesn't really matter
to
no
me.
Bad
and she
blood.
Goes, right. And she goes, no, really? We have to find out.
Why is she hyperventilating?
Right. I don't know. So I was
like this was serious for her.
Right. And I was like, what? She's like, we really should. And I was like, no, I'm cool, whatever. And so like, that got me to like thinking about the whole, like, when you're with your darn it.
What?
I completely lost my thought.
You were talking, you have an update to it. You tried to tell the story
right.
to your mom.
That's right.
Good morning, happy Friday, Larry.
Thank God you remembered.
Okay,
that
so,
rarely happens.
Right.
Okay.
So, you told that story already. Now you're going to tell us, update. You tried to tell the story to your mom.
Yeah. So I was trying to like really put a lot into it because I didn't want Char to be mad that I was saying that she was saying that, because it was just funny,
innocent and funny,
totally hilarious. So then I got on the phone with my mom,
and you're gonna say you're not gonna believe what Char said.
Right. I was like, it was really funny, and so I told my mom, here's what happened.
Because you're laughing more about how she was like, that's not right.
We gotta find out.
It was her reaction, not necessarily what's coming out of her mouth.
And I was like, somebody changed the topic before Char calls my mom. And then so...
Because that is not Char at all on a normal day.
For sure.
Char always wants to include people.
Day.
She takes in strays. Like Char is
it was just a funny moment.
But hilarious. Right.
So
that's why Larry and I are laughing more, because it's not her.
I'm trying to convey this to my mom. And she goes, right after I get the story, I'm waiting for a ha-ha.
Right.
And she goes, well, let me tell you what exactly is happening. She goes, the house she goes, the house would be sold and you would get half and your sister would get half. And she's like, if she's interested in the house, she will buy your half out. And I was just like, Mom, I was like, I didn't really care.
You didn't want to get that serious.
Right. I was like, I just thought it was funny. And she's like, trying to clear the air. And I was just like, now I've had 2 miscommunications back to back.
That's a good mom, though, the fact that she's already got it all figured out.
I know,
for you
but
guys.
I mean, like, I wouldn't even care. Like, I would just want my sister to get the house anyway.
I know, but I think it is for the people. If you have the stuff, you need to put in writing how you want to go, because save the fighting among the people. Because when they say, well, she gave it to so-and-so, that's what she wanted. It's like, you have to just suck it up because it was in writing. That's what she gave.
Right. And it's like most people, like, I think in this day and age are paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah,
so
they're
grandma
looking for-
leaves debt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right, exactly.
You're lucky if you get like some sort of jewelry.
Why do you think there's so many old people living with family? Because they don't want them to go to a senior citizen house where their money, their inheritance is gone.
Oh, right.
You know, like grandma has $80,000 saved over her lifetime. And if she goes into the nursing home, that'll be gone in 6 months.
Yeah.
And, you know, so let's care for her here and save the money.
Let's keep her alive with kitty cat food.
Right.
And if she's good on Friday, she can have the canned stuff.
Exactly.
Right.
Come on, Grandma.
Oh, the canned stuff.
Yep.
She's up.
How horrible.
I don't care what they say about me.
And now,
I go dumb, I go stupid, I get crazy. Come on and clap.
It's Kathie J's Stupid News.
A guy who just starred in a local theater's How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying gets busted for embezzling.
Oh, well, then he failed.
Yeah.
I mean, you of anybody should have known, sir.
Although embezzling is not really trying. I mean, to work hard, you're just
Right, how to
taking the money.
Right, right.
So maybe he was maybe he wasn't an actor
Right,
at
how
all.
to get away with stealing people's money.
Yeah.
Without trying.
A 22-year-old guy named Hunter.
I'm Hunter.
Yeah. He's a big deal in the Tallahassee, Florida theater scene.
Oh, he's an
Huge.
actor.
He's an actor, thespian. He stars in a lot of local theater productions, still lives in his parents' basement.
Yeah, those guys are the ones that like get hired for those murder mysteries.
Yes, right.
I'm Detective So-and-so.
Oh my God, when Larry and I did that one dinner,
Yeah, there was a lot of
dude
actors
didn't
around.
even want to break character prior to starting. Like,
Yeah, we were
Larry
like,
and I-
hey, what's up? We were meeting the cast.
Right.
And he's all, hello. And we're all, oh, this is the thing.
And then we tried to talk to him about the fact, like, as soon as we're done, we'll pass the mic on to you.
He's all, I don't know you. You're not part of this scene.
It was so dumb. I was like, calm down, dude. Okay, so most recently, Hunter was the lead in How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying.
Okay, is that a musical or just an acting?
You know, I think maybe a book remade.
How to succeed in business without trying.
That's a horrible title, for real.
I know.
Hunter got arrested Tuesday for succeeding in business without trying. He was embezzling, and he embezzled, 22 years old, he embezzled almost 77 grand from his day job at a real estate company.
Right, everybody's like, man, he has a lot of money. He always buys rounds.
Yeah, right?
And, yeah,
How
he's
is he doing
hot
it?
chicks.
The local theater must really
Right.
be paying off.
He's good cocaine. Like, really good.
Apparently, this is how Hunter did it. He was the receptionist for the real estate
Okay.
company.
Is that him right here? Oh, yeah, I would embezzle all over his face.
Let me see.
He's cute.
Oh, yeah, he's cute. He's the receptionist, so he would collect the checks from properties that the company was managing.
Oh, he was the receptionist and he's in theater. I think this is mine, girls.
He would collect the checks from properties that the company was managing and then log them into the system. One of the company's accountants finally noticed something was up in October. The owners investigated, figured out that it was Hunter, reported him to the cops. He's now facing charges for grand theft and blah, 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 blah.
No, if I'm the boss, I'm going, right, Hunter, we can work this out one of two ways.
Yes, because Hunter's probably willing to do anything because word is he was going to be the lead in Singing in the Rain.
Definitely my team.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna be like,
Take this.
Hunter, I'm going to need for you to act like this doesn't hurt. Can you act? Can
You can act,
like
right?
that, right?
You can act, right, buddy? Okay. A guy robbed a bank with a note. And signed his real name.
He's all, I never get to do autographs. And I don't have a real bank account.
Who do I make this out
Right.
to? A 30-year-old dude named Glenn Flory from Pennsylvania. He went into a bank earlier this month, robbed the place using a note. And so the note was...
You get so nervous when you're robbing a
You
place.
do.
You're just like out of sorts.
And you've probably taken like a shot of tequila
Right. You
or
smoked
hit
a bowl.
the bong. 'Cause
Right.
You're trying to
Which
loosen
was the
up.
worst thing you could have done
Right.
because now you're freaking
You
out.
should have written the note first.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
The note that he handed the teller said, "Just give me the money and nothing else will happen." And then he signed his name under it, his real name.
Then I would have said, this isn't a robbery. That's a withdrawal slip. You didn't have any of the things, so I kind of had to make one.
I didn't have money to take out.
Sir,
That's
you don't have an
crazy.
account
Well,
here.
you shouldn't have given it to me. The teller gave him about $1,300, called the cops. They studied the surveillance tapes and the signature, and so he left the piece of paper.
Right. So they're like, that's his name. There's his video. He's in the
He's-
driver's license registration. Hey, and there's his address.
So they figured out Glenn was behind the robbery. Wow, those are brilliant cops.
And Glenn,
And they were able to track him down.
not cute like the last guy.
Oh, he's only 30. Bah!
He looks like a bank robber.
Yeah, he really does. He has the slicked back hair.
Right.
And finally, Larry, have you
Yes.
been to Wisconsin lately?
No.
Bolty, have you been to Wisconsin lately?
No.
Strange. There's another one of you out there. A serial toilet clogger is on the loose in Wisconsin.
Well, isn't Wisconsin where cheese comes from?
Yeah,
Like
so
maybe
a
that's
lot-
what's clogging it up.
A lot of backing up.
Plant-based doesn't clog toilets.
Cops in Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Sheboygan are searching for a serial toilet clogger who's been repeatedly clogging the same toilet at the community center in Sheboygan for a year and a half.
Dude, use less toilet paper or flush halfway through.
Halfway through? What is
Yeah,
up with this?
how dumb are you?
Can well, I have a story in a minute. I really need.
Yeah, I clogged a toilet the other day.
Not me. My
It was
husband.
from Lady Project
Everywhere
products.
we go,
He's
Mr.
clogging-
Efficient clogs the toilet.
Well, you know what? This is not all his fault.
Why?
When they made low-flow toilets, they kind of screwed everybody.
Yeah, but again, flush on your way through. Do
I know.
something.
Yeah, no, you really have to go halfway through it. And it's so funny if you go to your parents' house, if they have an older house.
Yeah.
Like my mom has an Olympic-sized swimming pool of water in her toilet bowl.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
it's like,
right.
It's like,
Right.
really? That was that
Old school
That's
toilets.
the other extreme.
Yeah.
5
you're-
gallons per flush.
Right.
Yeah, right.
America.
So this person though, it's not actually going number 2. That's clogging the toilets. This person has been shoving a 20-ounce soda bottle in the pipe,
So he's just some weird vandal guy.
and so apparently it overflows for the next person who uses it. Always in the women's bathroom.
in the toilet. GQ Blizzard.
29 times since 2016, his toilet's been clogged by somebody shoving a 20-ounce soda bottle down in the pipe.
So you know we hear about those people that's like, yeah, that man fell in love with the car and now he has relations with it.
Right.
So this guy's like the same way. He's
Yeah.
like, get over here, toilet.
But why are you going
Got
in
a
the
big
ladies'
bottle for you.
bathroom? I got a big bottle. Take that. You
that poor
like
toilet's
that.
all.
Blazing Hit Radio.
I love that morning show.
Now with more us.
They wake me up.
Better music, less commercials, more Larry and Kathie.
In the morning, in the shower.
Okay, we're getting some comments on our listener with the freaky situation.
Yes.
About how she's in an open relationship and now her husband's killing it as far as like a bunch of chicks, and she only has like one guy barely.
Right. But she may seem like that guy is the one that's the whole reason she wanted to open the relationship was so she could date this dude.
I know, but he's not all available and stuff.
Right. No, totally.
And so the thing is, it's like she can't hate on her man for killing it, but they should have probably laid some ground rules down, like quit killing it so much.
One a month.
Right.
Or like one person a month.
Right. So we're going to
Yeah.
get to your comments. That's on our Facebook page. But I was going to tell you guys that we're going to dinner at my mom's tonight.
Yay!
And
oh my God, I can't wait.
Yeah, people love
your
to come to my mom's.
cooking.
Yeah.
Oh, it's nothing better.
it's kind of, we're having Italian.
Ah, yeah.
We're having spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
We're having an eggplant the parmesan.
Oh, I love your
Ooh.
mom's eggplant parmesan.
And
Have you
the-
had it both?
No,
of you? Oh,
I
it's
haven't.
So good.
Spaghetti and a meatballs and a sausage, and then we're gonna have a bigger salad, a garlic, a bread. It's gonna be a bigger
Oh
meal.
my God, the girls are gonna go crazy.
So very excited because this is the girls' first meal at my mom's house.
This is like the first time your mom's gonna be hanging out with them for a few.
When we were
With their new grandma.
Chris and I were watching It's Complicated. Remember Meryl Streep and Alec Baldwin?
Yeah, it's a hilarious movie.
Right, and then when they're all eating at Meryl Streep's, when she makes all that amazing food,
Yes.
Chris goes, that's what it's like going to your mom's house for dinner.
It is. It is.
So we're definitely going to eat good. And
Now, is this a thing where we're all going to be like in the dining room sitting down?
yeah.
Okay, so it's a fancy thing.
well, no, it's not fancy. It's casual. But
so
I mean,
got it. Mr. Fish and can't wear sweats.
he can wear sweats.
No, I don't want him to have to wear-
Nobody is dressed up for this. I mean, Pat will be in a golf shirt and shorts
Yeah,
or
because
whatever.
he always is.
I know. So I'll be wearing my Lady Gaga hoodie that you got
Okay,
me.
okay.
So wear whatever you want.
Don't
Okay,
wear
good.
that. That's white. We're
Yeah,
having
exactly.
Yeah,
on
right.
spaghetti. You know it's going to get stained.
Oh no, I'm ready to take the girls. They're going to get naked in your mom's house because I do not let them eat
Tuck
spaghetti.
their
with
hair
clothes
into their
on.
shirt so
All
it
right,
doesn't get
they're
in
wearing
their
Right.
hazmat suits.
Right. It's easier to just go naked.
Yeah.
And then you just wipe the body down. You think I'm kidding?
That's how they do sloppy joes at Kathie's.
Right, totally. That's Sloppy Joe.
Even
The whole
Mama
family's
gets
naked. Right,
Even
everybody's
Mama.
naked eating their sloppy joes. Now everybody get in the hot tub.
Yay!
that time.
I can't wait. And so, what time are you thinking?
Like we got to be probably around 6 or something like
Perfect.
that.
We
6:30.
can do it.
The bad news is my mom's like, I go, do you want me to bring dessert? Let me bring dessert. And she goes, no, I already made 2 cheesecakes. And I'm like, great, Kathie hates cheesecake.
But that's okay. Bothie obviously likes
Yeah.
cheesecake. He just got so excited. My husband loves cheesecake.
I know. So then we'll have to give
I have
you
to
like,
bring another dessert.
we'll give you some of those cookies that they give it on United flights.
Yeah.
Oh, I
You
love
like
those things.
Those caramel things.
That Christopher keeps
Yeah, those
bringing
waffle
home.
cookies.
Yeah.
I'll give you a stack of those while we eat our cheesecake.
That'll work. Or,
Yeah.
or I could swing to Village Inn and
We'll
get,
get a
French
pie.
silk pie.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Okay, I like that. And
Okay, deal.
so I'm very excited, and I possibly, I'm like compromising because my mom goes, now, should I make you a separate thing? And I was like, don't worry about it. I'll eat whatever you make. And I'm not going to eat the actual meatballs, but I will be eating the sauce that the meat cooked in. But what can you do?
Right.
I was told by my plant-based Obi-Wan Kenobi that I can compromise whenever something special happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not going to mess your body up?
Well, you know what? The other day, I ate for the first time in a year, I ate something that had a pulse.
What did you eat?
Shrimp.
Whoa.
And I was like telling myself, because you know what it was? I'll tell you what it was.
Okay, what was it?
It's the damn marketing for Red Lobster Fest.
Oh my God, how much butter do you need
I'm just saying
to
that-
pour down the
Hey.
lobster tail?
I
That
know.
thing is like,
They
just like
swirl it around.
right.
It does a cartwheel. And you know that's not even butter. That's probably like
It's not. It's
new
like,
motor oil.
It's Casco. It's
Right.
It's motor oil.
Exactly.
Totally.
And so whatever. So those commercials worked so much on me before when we were going to Portland, and I was going there specifically to eat at a vegan barbecue place.
Right.
I was like, should we have lobster when we're there?
I mean, you're going to Portland.
Right. And then my friend Phil, who kind of started this journey with me, he's pescatarian. He eats fish. So then I started to wrestle with the idea of, as I'm like preparing the shrimp.
Yeah.
Like, did this shrimp, like, it didn't have a little family, right? Like, the thing that kills me
It
about
probably
some
did.
animals is that, like, when they say, they take the dairy cow of the baby away and the mother keeps going back to the spot
It's
and
horrible.
mooing for her baby cow.
Right.
Like, do shrimp do that? Like, did the baby, did I take the dad that was the shrimp earner for the family or the food winner, and now I took him, and he's like, "Where's Dad?"
Right.
It's like
now
there's
the
an
kids
animated
are living
Pixar
off
movie.
They're living
Finding
off the coral
Dad.
reef.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
They're going to be eaten soon because Dad wasn't there to protect them.
How far do I take?
Right.
this?
You ate one, but the whole family perished.
I actually ate like 5 shrimp.
How did you feel?
Awesome.
How'd your stomach feel?
Too good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I was
wish
hoping
it
that
hurt.
I would have a reaction.
Because I remember like 10 years ago, you were totally a vegetarian.
And then I ate meat, and it made me sick.
Yes.
And if I eat the wrong cheese, it could totally do me in.
Okay.
What I
But
stayed.
the shrimp is good.
Yeah, it kind of worked, and I was just like, the whole time I was like, sorry, as I'm chopping off the tail, peeling its legs off. It was so sorry.
Dipping it in the butter.
Right.
Or in the sauce.
Sorry. I was crying the whole meal.
I'm so sorry.
Anyway, so these are some responses that we
Oh,
got.
yeah.
on-
I can't wait to go tonight. Tonight's going to be fun.
Yeah. These are. Kathie has a set of friends. But we also have a listener who they have an open relationship, and this woman, for whatever reason, isn't have as many lovers as her husband now has.
Right. Jason Fraser, we love you.
Yeah.
He says, I'm just going to throw this out there. Open. If you want rules, then you close it.
Oh, okay.
So if you say open,
Yeah, but
there's-
open can mean like all of a sudden now your wife's walking out with a donkey. You're like, you said open. You're like, oh my God. She's like,
That's
we're going to a
horny.
movie.
Okay, you're right. So there, you do need some rules.
Yeah.
Because, you're not going to allow that.
Right.
You're never going to be able to park your car in that garage.
Who'd want to?
Yeah.
Right. And now he's like the donkey's on your half of the bed.
Scoot over.
Okay, Brenda says, sounds like maybe something she changed her mind on. I mean, seriously, who wants to take the risk of catching all those super STD bugs? Screw that. I'd rather stay home and have just home D.
Yeah, for sure.
True. Right.
Yeah.
That's true.
Right.
Like, Bolty, does that worry you? I mean, you are the one that's out there dating. I mean, do you worry about STDs when they say
should
the
I be
statistics-
worried about anything we
when
might
the
do?
statistics say
Yeah.
that they're so high right now? What do you do?
You got to wear condoms and get tested on a reg. That's the years we live in nowadays.
Yeah.
That's just what you do. Get tested once a month.
Bolte has
Could
like,
you once a month? I'm
I mean,
thinking every 3
yeah.
months.
That's what I would
How
like.
much
how
sex are you
slutty are
having?
you?
It's actually more 6 months, but I wish I was on a month.
he always
Okay,
has.
you're a whore then.
He always has a dental dam on him. That should say something.
I should say a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, Tiffany says, then that's not an open relationship. He just keeping the woman around for maternal reasons only. There shouldn't be any open marriage or relationships, period. You lose track of the feelings, lose track of what love is about, and most often many become unattracted to the one they're with. I don't agree with it at all.
Okay, well, that's how it works in your family. And the thing is, like, you really can't, like, they say this a lot. I heard this a lot growing up. You can't judge other people's situations.
No, you can't.
And
what works for them doesn't work for you, vice versa.
I know, but when you're young, you think, well, I have a pretty good moral compass. At least, I have the right and wrong, and that seems wrong or whatever. And then later on in life, you realize, wow, it really is different for every single person because everybody perceives things differently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one, Ryan says, I would advise hiring a good divorce attorney. If she thinks that marriage is going to end any other way, she's crazy. Wow, lots of hate, but here's one for them.
Okay.
Tally says, get out there, have fun. Open relationships aren't about wondering what the other one is doing in their time.
Hey, if the donkey talked like Eddie Murphy, I might be into it.
It would be
He's
hilarious.
so funny.
We could hang out all the time.
Right.
Totally. Right. Bring him over.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love him. This one says, Nicole says, sounds like she's a little jelly.
Yeah.
Teresa says, why would you get married if you want to be single? Doesn't make sense. I would tell Teresa,
It's each their own.
it's because they've been together like almost 20 years and they don't want to break that cord.
Right.
If
It's
you
like,
start
in other
together
words,
when you're at 15,
right.
you're still really young 20 years later.
Well, it's kind of like this. It's like you're in love with each other, and like the thing is, your relationship's not defined by sex. So, in other words, like your love is greater than any sex that you could have with somebody. So it's like, I don't know. I feel that if probably being them having an open relationship is what's keeping them together in some ways.
Yeah, right.
Because if they were both sitting at home going, gosh, I wish I could be, getting rammed by Jim.
Then
And
resentment
he's like,
starts.
I wish I could be rammed by Renee, Stephanie, Lila, Teresa, Kelly, and Michelle.
And then resentment starts building and you end up in divorce anyways.
Right. And then it's like, yeah.
It's shadier. You're like sliding in DMs and doing some underground stuff, and then it really
you start-
hurts.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. And then
Your belly hurts?
No, it really hurts.
It really hurts. She's deaf and she's making fun of you.
What the hell are you doing?
No, but so, no, I was just going to say that, like, some people, when they cheat, like, the sneaking around is the appeal to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, being
They like,
sneaky.
oh my gosh, that makes it kind of naughty.
Yeah, thrill of the hunt.
Right.
Jordana says, what is the rule going to be? Open relationships only when she has somebody? She's got to get out there. Get out there, girl. It's a Friday.
For sure. And it's way easier for girls to get guys.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
For guys to get girls is hard. So I give that guy props for having so many chicks.
Yeah.
He must have a nice one.
Jackie says, sounds like she
Or know what to do with it.
sounds like she needs to step it up. There's another girl saying, get out there, girl. Stop crying. You got the open relationship. Get out there and enjoy it.
I know it's hard to be like, come on, girl, you can get out there and get some more guys. You can get way more guys.
Right.
You should definitely have like 10 guys.
What happened to that girl I knew in college?
Right. Show him what's up. Bring 10 guys home.
Matthew Mitchell says, relationship goals. Eduardo says, what's her number?
Right. Let's beef up her numbers.
Right.
Literally.
Yeah.
Blazing Hit Radio.
Better music,
Less commercials.
more Larry and Kathy.
It's time for Fat America.
Sorry to do this, everybody.
I know, but here's the thing. It's like we're going to get healthy sooner or later.
Yeah,
I
we
think
are.
There's some rumblings about us starting Monday, but who knows? Anyway, the thing is, let's get this out of the way while we're not dieting.
Aren't we doing the potato diet?
I've heard about this, and
Kevin Smith just lost 17 pounds doing it.
wow. Yeah, and it's like basically the diet is you can eat all the potatoes you want, and that's all you get.
Right.
So, like, you can eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You only eat potatoes. You can mash them. You can fry them. You can do whatever you
You
want.
can fry them?
Oh, I don't know about that. Maybe I'm making up my own rules.
you can add ketchup?
Oh, no, you can't have that ketchup.
You can?
Yeah.
Or is it salsa?
No,
They
you
always
can
say
have
you can
ketchup.
have salsa.
I don't
Can
know.
you add butter?
I don't know about that.
Coconut oil?
I'm going rogue here, and I'm saying do whatever you want and eat all
As
the
long
potatoes
as it
you
involves a
want.
potato.
Right.
Like stop by Wendy's, like a biggie fry
No, I think these are like home. You make them at home, maybe.
with sour cream.
Melted cheese, bacon bits. Yeah, you're right.
Chives.
I mean, maybe you
Google
should-
it. Sam,
Google it yourself.
I got to text Sam and see what because he is a very official potato diet that you can do.
Okay.
And it's like you're never really hungry because you're like, if I'm starving, I'm going to go just cut up some potatoes and, cook them.
I do like potatoes. When we'd come home from the club, my one girlfriend would always like do the potato, cut them up like I don't know, and then fry them.
Ugh.
So,
Yeah.
it was
My
bomb.
grandma
With some
was-
ketchup. Oh my God.
Mexican breakfast at my grandma's house, with the in the background on the radio, a thick cut bacon that my uncle Nestor brought on his Vespa. Because he just didn't want a car, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
Eternally single Nestor, Uncle Nestor. And then my grandma would cut her potatoes up, fry them,
Cutting up
eating a tomato, and she put lard in them.
Yeah.
And they would just be so magical. You'd be like, oh my God. Like you could even just shove everything else aside and eat the potatoes. They were that good.
Yeah.
But then, with minced up green chili. What?
Stop.
Papas
Okay.
and chile.
See.
Sí, güey.
Okay, so in Fat America, I have the 101 dishes that changed America, but we'll get to that in 2 seconds. I want
Right.
to tell you what Taco Bell's doing.
Right. We're going to, when we hit to the 101, that's going to take probably 3 hours.
No, we're just going to touch on the big ones.
Extended show.
Yeah. Taco Bell. So Taco Bell just told everybody, those fries are our best-selling new menu item in history.
Right.
Okay.
They just need to, and did you know that they have the French fries now that you can have nacho French fries.
Okay.
So everything that's on nachos, they just put on a pile of French fries.
Wow.
I know, right?
But then do you have to order more fries? Because usually they only give you 6 fries.
No. This is a whole plate of them, and then
Wow.
you make the nachos on top.
You know what? When it comes to chili cheese fries, Chubby's.
Yeah.
Chubby's is that your favorite
Yeah,
too?
Larry doesn't like Chubby's.
Hands down,
It's too
Chubby's
hot.
has the best chili cheese fries.
And
you
yet
flip
another reason why these two should be
Jesus, you
together.
flip the plate upside down because and then you just peel it off the plate and it's oozed. Oh my God, I'm gonna go get some today.
Yeah, like my whole thing with
Tomorrow because I'm not ruining them today because I'm
spaghetti.
going to
Right, because you'll spend the whole time in my mom's bathroom. Look, Kathie, why aren't you eating your spaghetti?
Slide it under the door.
Just I need help.
Okay, so Taco
Mr.
Bell.
Fishington.
They're now trying to do something else new at their store. They're going to make tortilla chips that taste like the hot sauces.
Oh, okay, so kind of like that they did with the taco shells, which taste like nacho
Loco.
Yeah.
and Cool Ranch.
Yeah.
And,
Now you can get them like the sauces. So the chips will come in mild and fire. And the Diablo sauce, apparently turning that into a chip was too much.
oh,
So
they're like,
they're
we
not
only
doing-
have one bathroom in each restroom.
They'll have a classic flavor with no seasoning. They're going to hit grocery stores in May. You won't be getting them at the
at store.
Taco Bell. So people will totally go get those.
Oh, absolutely.
Chips bags that'll even look like the sauce packets.
Okay, so they'll just be in the chip aisle. I'm in.
Yeah, I knew you would be. Yeah, Fat America.
I kind of like everybody always goes for the standard Dorito Cool Ranch. But you might want to take a little look and look deeper into your chip aisle and look for the On the Border Cool Ranch chips.
Are they good?
They're really good.
I can't believe
I think they come with more-
You are turning your back on the Doritos brand.
The only
my
reason I
friend.
say this is because the On the Border people realized that sometimes you get a Cool Ranch bag that's a little chintzy with
Yeah,
the topping.
right.
And so On the Border was like, put a pound of Cool Ranch in every bag.
Right, shake
and
it, shake it,
up.
shake it,
Right.
shake it. Okay, tan gummies are the first food that you can eat to get tanned, allegedly.
Oh, really? So it's a new gummy?
It's a company in England just invented a product called the tan gummies. They're gummy bears that make you tan.
That sounds racist.
They're
I'm doing gummy face.
doing gummy face. It's the first edible tanning supplement ever. They use a special blend of vitamins to safely and naturally make you tan.
Yeah, that doesn't sound natural.
No, that's
or
not
whatever.
natural. A lot of people want to find out if it works. We don't know really if it works, but they've been
Ask
selling
that
out.
black guy.
That's all he eats.
If you want to,
He used to be a white guy.
right? Exactly.
He's all, hey, what's up?
No, that's really that's.
He's
that's,
all, yep, my name's Kevin.
Yeah, I was going with Marvin, but
Oh, my name was Marvin Nerdly.
if you want to try them, they cost $17 for a bottle. Doesn't look like they ship to the United States right now. Oh,
Well, let's see how it works in other parts of the world before it
first,
gets
right?
here.
Let them test it out.
Right.
Okay, so you ready to talk about the 101 dishes that changed America?
Everybody sit down. This might take a moment.
No, we'll just go through the big
Number 101.
Thrillist.com just put together a list of the 101 dishes that changed America, the foods that people in this country invented that became staples on our menus forever.
Okay, I'm going to guess.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure the hamburger was invented here. At least the fast food version of it was. So we gave the whole world fast food.
Actually, the hamburger's not on the list.
Son of a bitch!
But the hot dog is.
Oh, so you
we
wanted to
brought
slip
you
that
the
in.
hot dog.
Yeah, we slipped you this.
We slipped the world the hot dog all the way back in 1916.
Right, it's made of horse buttholes and chicken feet.
Yay! The Reuben. Do you guys like Reubens, the sandwich?
Yeah, I guess when I was eating that kind of stuff, I mean, it's like rare that I would order it because
Corned
sometimes,
beef and-
right? Like, but I mean, when I was in New York in a deli, I had to order it because that's what you do.
That came along in 1920. Cheesesteak. Come on now.
She likes it fried.
No.
'cause she likes cheesesteaks.
Yeah, steaks.
Yeah, I know.
1930.
Everything's from New England. Like that's where.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
When everybody was over there.
So,
Chocolate chip
Philadelphia.
cookies.
What was that? That's us. Oh, that's cool.
We
That's when
are the chocolate chip cookies people.
that's when some badass mom ran out of raisins and was like, "What do I have? Let me smash this
And
chocolate bar
chip.
up or something."
I don't know, but yeah, God bless whatever mom that was. Prime rib. We brought prime rib to the world.
Yeah, and then that's featured in every good, when you go to
It's
the
a restaurant.
yeah, but what's the one where you
Steakhouse.
No, it's where you stand in line for all the food, the buffet. There's always the guy at the end
With the
that.
prime rib.
Under
right.
the red light
Right.
Yes, right.
And he's
Au
always
jus.
tan.
and sweaty.
We brought fried chicken to the world.
Ooh, I
So in
love
other words,
fried
everybody was all healthy and it was baked.
And they were like, put it in some flour.
Right.
Deep dish pizza, 1943.
Yeah.
Chicago.
Nachos, 1943.
Wow.
People have been eating nachos for a long time.
Did you know the tortilla chip was invented around the same time? And it was actually stolen from a guy who was selling tortilla chips outside of Disneyland.
Okay.
And one of Disney's friends came out and was like, "Hey, these are delicious." And then he's the guy that started Doritos.
Oh, damn.
He's all, "Thanks, little Mexican man, for your idea."
That's what did he really steal? Is that
Yeah.
really how it went down? That's messed up.
And that poor little Mexican man probably got hit by a bus with his little nacho cart.
Right. And his family never got ahead.
Exactly.
Yeah. Generations.
Right.
Buffalo wings,
Okay, those are definitely American.
1964.
I hate when you get them to the table and they're so vinegary that your nose goes,
Right.
"What the hell was that?"
Eyes are watering.
Filet of fish,
Oh, okay.
1962.
Now with 90% less fish.
Right.
It's more filet. Oh.
You may have done sushi, Japan, but we brought you the California roll.
Right. No. I'm pretty sure it was us who brought the tempura
Yeah,
to the
for sure.
sushi.
Can we deep
We're like,
fry
"Hey,
any
why
of
don't you
this?
throw that in there?"
Can we, you know what? I'll eat those vegetables if you fry them.
Right. They're all, "Americans not buying vegetables. We're going to lose our business."
We must fry.
Right.
Chicken and waffles, 1975.
No doubt. And delicious to this day.
The concept of tableside guacamole, 1984.
Whoa, that's a recent advent.
And the good
Before
old.
they would just put a slice on your taco.
Right. Oh, they would?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh. And bloomin' onions in 1988.
Oh my God. Can you imagine how many people those have killed?
Yeah, right.
So
Out.
terrible for
It's
you.
so bad.
It's like always the worst thing you can eat, right under sesame chicken and theater popcorn. I always try to put that out of my head when I eat theater popcorn.
Right. Or sesame chicken.
Right. Or a bloomin' onion.
And then more recent ones, because those are all way back. More recent ones, Americanized ramen,
Okay.
which,
In the cup, probably.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Kale salad.
Ugh.
I don't know what
No,
we were
actually, it's
thinking.
not that bad. When they mix kale in with the regular salad, you don't even know.
Doritos Locos made the list in 2012.
Ah.
And Cronuts, 2013.
That is pretty amazing. Never underestimate the cronut because before I was like, what's the big deal? It's a donut. It looks just like a donut. And then you take a bite and you're like, holy moly.
Wow, how do they mix all these?
That's a holy
the different
thing.
doughs.
Yeah, it's pretty damn good.
You look perplexed.
I don't think I've
Bolty.
had one. What
You
is
haven't?
that exactly?
Croissant and a donut.
Oh,
So
So it's the
They had
dough
a
is like
bake-
a croissant, but then it looks like a donut and then they glaze it, but then you bite into it and it's more croissant.
Flaky.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, okay.
The ones I've had have been the two different types of dough on top of each other.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So the bottom was a little more flakier, like a croissant. The top was a little more donut-y, and then the whole thing gets dipped in glaze.
All I know is there's a bunch of people listening right now going, thanks.
I hate you
I'm
guys.
starving.
I'm sorry. Happy Friday. Go get some.
Blazing Hit Radio.
Good morning, you guys.
Now with more us.
You rock.
Better music, less commercials, more Larry and
I
Kathie.
just love you both.
I'm still happy it's Friday. Can we have a little air horn, please? Yeah.
There you go.
Whoever invented that horn should have copywritten that.
Right?
Because, man, if you had a penny for every time they play that,
Yeah,
you'd be a billionaire.
you would be, for real. I mean, if you got in on the right thing, like my heart still bleeds for that poor Mexican guy standing outside of
That
Disneyland
Doritos, right.
that had the Doritos jacked from him.
Right. And you know that family that owns Doritos is like, just always lived large.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, for
balling.
sure. Like
Right.
generation after generation.
For sure.
Yeah, right.
They're all throw another flavor at the minions.
Right. So sad.
Right. Look at them consume the product we won't eat.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. A documentary on the people that own Hardee's and that own this and that the other, and follow them around and go, they eat like, really super healthy stuff.
Yeah,
like
right.
they would never eat their
Never
own
touch their
cheeseburger.
stuff. Never.
Right. Only like at the big meeting, like, hey, everybody, enjoy your Carl's Jr. And then they bite it and they're like,
Right. That could
like
be.
I'm vegan.
So where were we going?
We're gonna talk about that. It's Friday, and I definitely have a song coming up because
Oh,
I know
good.
you guys are always thrilled when I pick a song. It was funny too because when I was over there milling what song to pick since it's Friday,
Yes.
Bolty was so afraid I was gonna pick Selena Gomez.
I am too. I'm shocked you didn't.
And Bolty goes, "Man, that song sucks."
Yeah.
And then he goes, "Good thing the text line is broken." He goes, "You probably get a bunch of people saying that song sucks."
Good job, Bolty.
So then,
Telling the truth.
whatever.
Sometimes, it hurts.
Whatever.
But he
Called
needs
an
to
audible.
hear
So
it.
I did not pick Selena Gomez.
Okay.
But you'll find out what I picked. But it's a good
It is
Friday
a good
song.
one.
And I think you guys will like it.
Okay, is it current?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, like
It's
new?
it's a big
No,
hit.
not new, but still
Right.
fresh.
Yeah,
Okay.
for
I
sure.
still like it.
I love this artist.
Yeah.
Okay,
Even though
it's a
sometimes she's
girl.
kind of a bitch.
It's a girl. I knew
right.
it would be.
But I prefer brunettes. You know me.
Right.
Yeah.
But this one isn't a brunette?
She's a brunette.
She is.
Oh, okay. So,
Well, I have a really hot song by a blonde girl that's super hot, but it's not a big hit.
No.
what is
So
that
I'm not
one?
playing that. That's that cute girl in the she's in the video in the she's in the hotel. She's like the French maid kind of, and she's smoking hot.
Oh, you tried to get me to watch, right?
Yeah.
Bolty, we were like,
Basic.
boring.
Yeah. Anyway,
Sometimes smoking hot is just average hot.
right, whatever.
I mean, when they look too much like what they think that the industry wants them to look like,
I know,
you
but
can
she's
see right through it. and
I know,
be
but
like,
she's a natural beauty. She doesn't have a ton of makeup on. She's a really pretty girl,
Yeah.
and the fact that she can kind of sing sexy, and I really like the song. But I digress.
Hey, right, stop forcing her on us.
I hate when girls, pop singers, don't make it that I think should have
Yeah.
made it.
Right.
She can't sit with us.
It happens a lot.
On Wednesdays, we were pink.
Exactly. Okay, so I wanted to tell you this really cool stuff that just came. Well, not cool, but interesting information we all need to know about the dark web.
Okay,
and
the dar-
all of our passwords and how much
Right.
they're worth.
So here's Kathie's dark web to Kathie is blackinches.com.
Right.
When Mr. Efficient's sleeping.
Right.
So that's the dark web.
He was gone for like
So you can
2
even leave it
nights,
up on the screen.
and I didn't have any dark web happening.
Oh, really?
Well, that's how busy I am these days, Larry.
Wow, that sucks. Hey, are you listening out there?
Are you listening? Who wants some?
Are you picking down what Kathie's putting? I mean, are you picking up what Kathie's putting down?
You got to make it convenient for me. That's what I'm putting down.
She's all, and it really works if you have a van and a logo on, because then the kids think, oh, somebody came to fix something.
Right. The carpets.
Right.
So here's how much your Facebook, PayPal, and Gmail passwords will be worth on the dark web. So many password breaches, companies getting hacked. It's impossible to keep up. Most likely, we've all been hacked, right? Our information is somewhere.
Oh, for sure. Like
From Target to
no.
Facebook, somebody has our information.
This is hilarious because on the news they continue now as this Facebook thing opens up. They're starting to say, like, in every news report, they're like, well, that's why Facebook was created, to sell your information. And so everybody's like, it's just dawning on everybody.
It's dawning on me.
Right. But I mean, like, the thing is,
they came across as they're part of your family too. Facebook loves you. They're your friend.
We keep you in touch.
They want you to be connected.
Right.
They're robbing you blind.
For sure. And they're like making so much money off of you for this free little way to connect to everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, if anybody came up with a thing that was like, hey, we have a social network that doesn't do that, he's going to buy it.
Yeah.
And then turn it off.
I mean, it is kind of creepy when you take a picture in your phone and your phone tells you, oh, is that Bolte? Or, oh, is that Larry Ulibarri?
Oh, my God, for
It's like
sure.
when they recognize the face and it's like, I haven't even uploaded this picture to the site.
No, that is creepy.
You know it as soon as I take the photo because they'll be like, want to send this to so-and-so? I'm like, wow.
It's starting to recognize the dirty pictures in my phone. They're like, that's Josh. Do you want to tag Josh?
Right. Josh knows you're looking at him again.
Right. You're like, stop telling
Josh knows
Josh.
you took a
It's like
picture.
Josh's wife knows now.
Right.
Josh is in trouble.
Josh has a child.
Right. Josh is living with you and Chris in a month. All right.
Yeah, Facebook knows everything. So here's how much all that information is worth out there to people to get their hands on it. So when hackers or Russians use corrupt data to try to get their hands on it, this is what it's worth.
hands on Kathie J's private pictures.
So the least amount of money, they could care less what your Gmail password is. That's only worth $1.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that crazy?
I know, but the fact that somebody could buy it, you know what I mean?
But you think that you'd want that password because most likely we use those passwords somewhere else.
Oh, so clearly that's Kathie's password.
No,
you break
that's a
that one,
habit.
you got them all.
You got it all.
It's probably like, I love boxer dogs.
Right. What do you got on me?
I'm going to try that for all the angles of that. I like deaf boxers.
Now my burner phone over here.
Oh, yeah.
That's the stuff. Facebook on the dark web, you can only get people will pay $5 for it for your Facebook login.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, so because there's not a lot going on, you can just look at somebody's Facebook and see everything.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, there's not a lot of hidden stuff like, oh, now I know
Hidden
their
messages and
maybe
all that.
their your cell number or stuff like that.
Uber, they'll pay $7 for your information to Uber, probably because that's attached to a credit card.
Right. So then they can, for all you know, they've been taking $1 out of your account every day for life.
And you didn't know.
Right.
Grubhub, $9 they'll pay for your information.
You know what made me mad is I just got a new phone.
Uh-huh.
I wanted the CNN app on it, and it like tells me that I have to consent to their agreement.
Yes.
And I'm like, it's a news app. And if you say yes, then even the people that are reporting that you're being ripped off or they're stealing your identity wants your identity.
Yes, right.
So it's like now I have to say, I haven't even said yes because it's like, screw, you got to give me the option of not liking your terms.
Yep.
And it's like now you go to websites and they force you
Yeah,
to
like
join.
if you want this, and you're in such a hurry usually,
Right,
you're
just
like, fine, agree.
Well, and then like I said before, that was like the other day when it's like, do you want to log on through us to your Facebook?
Yeah, now that I'll make sure
Yeah.
I never do those again. PayPal. Money shoots up when they get your PayPal information. $250.
Thank
They'll
God I don't
pay-
have PayPal.
Yeah, on the dark web. And your entire online identity, your bank logins, your PIN numbers, stuff that you thought nobody could get, that all put together with a little bow, they will pay $1,200 for that information on the web.
Well, I thought we were worth more.
Yeah.
I thought that this would be like thousands of dollars.
But when you think about it, how many of us have good credit scores that are going to be worth something?
Right. And then, like, if you're a Russian hacker, you're like, I've been through several American computers. You don't want to see what I see.
Yeah, right.
Like lots of minion birthdays, lots of frozen crap.
They like to eat 5
Right.
minute videos. They watch them nonstop.
Right. Old clips from Dawson's Creek make people cry.
It's time for
Larry Ulibarri on sports.
I thought we were talking about quinceañeras and like when a girl comes of age or gets spoiled.
No.
You said Sweet 16,
Oh.
the show on
here we go.
MTV.
Yeah.
They're bringing it back, by the way.
16.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Starting with who?
I
Rick
think they-
Ross's daughter?
Yeah, they use some
Come
celebrities.
on,
Yeah,
of
for
course.
sure. But no, Sweet 16 obviously has to do with basketball, everybody. Who doesn't know that?
Duh.
And so now we're down to the Sweet 16.
And what does that mean?
That there's 16 teams left, and then we're eventually going to be the Fantastic Four.
What's between 16 and 4?
A lot of hard work, sweat, tears, and anguish.
He's right.
Yeah.
Lots of camaraderie and cheering and sadness and hot dogs and nachos.
Sports ball.
Why? What's in between that?
The Elite Eight.
The 8.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Go 16, then down to 8 teams, then down to the 4. So some of them have already been kicked off the 16, right, Bolty?
Yeah, Nevada lost to Loyola. They're an Illinois team, very small school, so that's who I'm going for now.
Loyola?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you're just changing yours as yours drop
Well,
off?
Are they the ones that had the crazy?
Arizona lost.
Are they the ones that had the crazy upset?
Yeah, they're definitely
that
the
hit
underdog.
out Virginia or whatever?
Nevada.
Nevada.
What team did you pick, Kathy?
Oh no,
Didn't you pick one to go all the way?
no. Remember?
I said Duke.
Yeah, they play today. Duke plays today against Syracuse.
Oh, let's see
Did
what
you
you
pick
got,
one?
Larry.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, I only picked that one because that's the only one I know. And everybody says they're always in the top.
Right. I had the Jayhawks, but I couldn't even tell you if they're
Are they still in there?
Probably not.
Yeah, they play
Oh, they are?
Clemson today at 5 o'clock.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Mr. Fishin's all Florida State Seminoles. So
What is a Seminole? That sounds like
Native
dirty.
American.
Yeah, it's a Native American.
Oh, I thought it was like the thing that altered his sample now because of his. How is he?
He's fine. He's doing good. Thank you for asking.
I wanted to get him a basket.
Of
No,
balls,
Basketball.
tennis balls, golf balls.
I wanted to
kinds.
get. I really meant to get him a little. Hope your balls are healing basket.
Again, what does that look like?
I don't know. You saw the scar. You really know what it looks like. I don't know. I would just
What
say.
does the basket look like? What do you put in a
What's in it?
basket?
I guess
Crackers
I would
and
put
cheese? I mean,
2 eggs and a
see,
sausage.
there we go. That's what I was wondering. Okay.
No, I'd put some essential oil to put on it.
Frozen corn to sit on.
Right, frozen corn. Maybe a nice little buzz clipper for Kathie to get down there and maintain the area for him.
Okay. So you still got Duke all the way.
Yeah,
And Bolty's going Loyola.
areola.
And I'll take Jayhawks. Okay.
Yeah, we didn't bet any money on
No.
this, so it doesn't really matter. And then when will all this happen?
Tonight.
Jesus. Through the weekend.
And
Tonight
then,
there's 4 more games.
And
And
then
when will this
next
be
weekend,
over?
And then it'll be
The Elite
Eight.
sweet.
So probably like 3 more weeks.
Oh, damn! Until the final.
Yeah.
Until yeah.
Okay, and then the winner gets.
Championship
If they get to
trophy.
win.
That's it.
National
Yes.
Wow,
championship
that
bragging
sucks.
rights.
Right. And then, maybe a shot to go into the NBA.
Oh, okay, so then if you're
Being
obviously
noticed.
the top team, those guys get the best contracts.
Yeah, they're being
Okay.
looked at.
Right.
Right. So let's talk about football since what's happening this week. What was happening last week? What's still going on in the world of football, Larry Ulibarri on sports?
Oh, poor Kathie. She doesn't know there's no football yet. It's not happening.
There's some stuff happening right now, Larry. It's
Nobody
it's a
pays
certain
attention.
time.
We're talking about basketball now.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's talk about football just for a second. Just humor us. Okay.
I'll catch you up.
Okay, what's been going on? Something about it's like something's free right now.
Something's free net right
Mm-hmm.
now. Free nachos at every game.
There are no games.
Oh, that's why the nachos are free.
Duh.
What's free? Oh, there's a contract guy. He's
You're getting
free.
close.
Yeah, you're doing
getting
good.
close.
He's a player of ours, and he's free. He's up for grabs. No, there's a guy that we got that was free. We had a group
We're
on.
not getting anybody for free.
Okay,
and
we-
nobody's getting anybody else for free.
Well, you said something was free.
Yeah, it's free agency time.
Like their contracts are up.
Right, like
They're not
everybody's
on a team.
contracts are up. So they have all these good players out there are free agents. So it's
Right.
time for them to get signed to a team.
How do they do that? Do they use an agent and they're just trying to get out there
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, come on, man. I really went heavy on the Best Buy card. You got to give me something, man.
Yes.
Come on, man. My mother-in-law lives with us.
A lot of athletes trying to sell themselves and
Yeah.
say, I could do this. Don't forget I did this.
Right.
I was out with an injury, but now I got this.
Did I ever tell you I helped design the logo?
Yeah. Oh, yes. All those meetings.
Right. They wanted the cat to look like this, and I was like, no, it should look like this.
Right. Because when you're out on the field.
Yeah, you want to look rare.
Okay, well, there is a player hasn't been re-signed yet. That's a free agent that is kind of freaking out. So he's now putting it out there. Hey, if somebody signs me, I'm not going to kneel anymore.
Oh, so he was
for the
kneeling
national
before.
anthem, right?
And they're like, too late. This is a Trump land, and we remember names.
Bolte looks upset. So former 49er Eric Reed is a free agent, hasn't been signed yet. He was one of the first players, if not the first player, to join Colin Kaepernick and kneel during the national anthem. He did 5 seasons with the San Francisco 49ers, which is where Colin
was, right?
And he's saying that he thinks he hasn't been signed yet because he was the first player to join, and now he's saying, I won't kneel if you get me a job. I have kids to support.
And he's calling Colin Kaepernick, and Colin Kaepernick's super busy with reality show offers.
Yeah.
And doing a lot of other things because he
Right.
was the first, so he's kind of like that linchpin guy.
Uh-huh.
And so, yeah, that's crazy. So he's going to be, yo, man, hook me up with a job, man.
Yeah, but a lot of people are pissed at him because they're thinking he's a sellout.
Right.
Other people are rooting for him because they're saying he got the message. But again, you didn't get the message. I don't think a lot of people got the message of why they were kneeling in the first place.
Right. The reason they're kneeling is because of that guy that just got shot in California that was in his grandma's backyard.
Right. Yep.
And he was holding a phone, and they just shot him, and then they
20 times.
Then they muted their cameras and had their little discussion or whatever. But that's why those guys are kneeling.
Because of the police brutality
Right.
and
And
injustice.
So for all that, the guy, like, he got a ton of support, like by when he kneeled. So all those people now are like, what?
Yeah,
You know what I
selling
mean?
out for a contract. That's not what this
Well,
is about.
Is that why you're mad, Bolte?
Yeah, like
okay.
if you're taking a knee to make a stance on racism and people dying on the streets, and then you're like, but if you pay me, I won't do it anymore.
Right.
Sell out.
I know, but there's also a lot of players who are like, hey, I support the right to kneel, and I think that Black Lives Matters, that whole thing, but I still am needing a job.
Yeah.
He's saying, I'm not saying, Eric Reed, former 49er Eric Reed is saying, I'm not saying I'm going to stop being active because I won't. I'm just going to consider different ways to be active, different ways to bring awareness to the issues of this country.
Right. In other words, I'll do it at, the grocery store when you say, hey, are you signed up for your
Right.
senator?
I'll go volunteer at the Boys and Girls Club.
Right, exactly.
And-
I'm not going
right.
to mess with where my paycheck comes from.
Yeah, right. So
Well-
then if you're a team, do you want a guy that's wishy-washy, that flip-flops on
Right, you're-
something so huge,
Powerful,
right?
yeah.
Powerful, right?
Right. You're either an owner that's already pissed off that he kneeled and now you're never going to see him the same way.
Right.
Or you're the person that was like, why did you go back on what you just did?
Right.
So now he's kind of really screwed.
It's tough. It's a tough position, and I get that.
And that's Larry Ulibarri
On
on
sports.
sports.
And now, it's time for
Larry Ulibarri on sports.
I thought we were talking about quinceañeras and when a girl comes of age or gets spoiled.
No.
You said Sweet 16,
Oh.
the show on
here we go.
MTV.
Yeah.
They're bringing it back, by the way.
16.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Starting with who?
I
Rick
think they-
Ross's daughter?
Yeah, they use some
Come
celebrities.
on,
Yeah,
of
for
course.
sure. But no, Sweet 16 obviously has to do with basketball, everybody. Who doesn't know that?
Duh.
And so now we're down to the Sweet 16.
And what does that mean?
That there's 16 teams left, and then we're eventually going to be the Fantastic Four.
What's between 16 and 4?
A lot of hard work, sweat, tears, and anguish.
He's right.
Yeah.
Lots of camaraderie and cheering and sadness and hot dogs and nachos.
Sports ball.
Why? What's in between that?
The Elite
The
Eight.
8.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Go 16, then down to 8
Oh,
teams,
okay.
then down to the 4. So some of them have already been kicked off the 16, right, Bolte?
Yeah, Nevada lost to Loyola. They're an Illinois team, very small school, so that's who I'm going for now.
Loyola?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you're just changing yours as yours drop
Well,
off?
Are they the ones
Yeah.
that had the crazy?
Arizona lost.
Are they the ones that had the crazy upset?
Yeah, they're definitely
that
the
hit out
underdog.
Virginia or whatever?
Nevada.
Nevada.
What team did you pick, Kathy?
Oh no,
Didn't you pick one to go all the way?
no. Remember,
I said Duke.
Yeah, they play today. Duke plays today against Syracuse.
oh, let's see
Did
what
you
you
pick
got,
one?
Larry.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, I only picked that one because that's the only one I know. And everybody says they're always in the top.
Right. I had the Jayhawks, but I couldn't even tell you if they're
Are they still in
it.
there?
Probably not.
Yeah, they play
Oh, they are?
Clemson today at 5 o'clock.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Mr.
That's-
Efficient's all Florida State Seminoles. So
What is a Seminole? That sounds like
Native
dirty.
American.
Yeah, it's a Native American.
I thought it was like the thing that altered his sample now because of his. How is he?
He's fine. He's doing good. Thank you for asking.
I wanted to get him a basket.
Of
No,
balls,
Basketball.
tennis balls, golf balls.
I wanted to
kinds.
get. I really meant to get him a little. Hope your balls are healing basket.
Again, what does that look like?
I don't know. You saw the scar. You really know what it looks like. I don't know. I would just
What
say.
does the basket look like? What do you put in a
What's in it?
basket?
I guess I would
Crackers
put
and cheese? I mean,
two eggs and a
see,
sausage.
there we go. That's what I was wondering. Okay.
No, I would put maybe some essential oil to put on it.
Frozen corn to sit on.
Right, frozen corn. Maybe a nice little buzz clipper for Kathie to get down there and maintain the area for him.
Okay. So you still got Duke all the way.
Yeah,
And Bolty's going Loyola.
areola.
And I'll take Jayhawks. Okay.
Yeah, we didn't bet any money on
No.
this, so it doesn't really matter. And then when will all this happen?
Tonight.
Jesus. Through the weekend.
And
Tonight
then,
there's 4 more games.
and
then
when will
next
this be
weekend,
over?
And then it'll be
The Elite
Eight.
Sweet.
So probably like 3 more weeks.
Oh, damn! Until the final.
Yeah.
Until yeah.
Okay, and then the winner gets.
Championship
If they get to
trophy.
win.
That's it.
National
Yes.
championship
Wow, that
bragging
sucks.
rights.
Right. And then, maybe a shot to go into the NBA.
Oh, okay, so then if you're
Being
obviously
noticed.
the top team, those guys get the best contracts.
Yeah, they're being
Okay.
looked at.
Right.
All right. So let's talk about football since you know what's happening this week. What was happening last week? What's still going on in the world of football, Larry Ulibarri on sports?
Oh, poor Kathie. She doesn't know there's no football yet. It's not happening.
There's some stuff happening right now, Larry. It's
Oh well, nobody
it's a
pays
certain
attention.
time.
We're talking about basketball now.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's talk about football just for a second. Just
Okay,
humor us.
I'll catch you up.
Okay, what's been going on? Something about it's like something's free right now.
Something's free net right
Mm-hmm.
now. Free nachos at every game.
There are no games.
Oh, that's why the nachos are free.
Duh.
What's free? Oh, there's a contract guy. He's
You're getting
free.
close.
Yeah, you're doing
getting
good.
close.
He's a player of ours, and he's free. He's up for grabs. No, there's a guy that we got that was free. We had a Groupon.
We're not getting anybody for free.
Okay,
and nobody's getting anybody else for free.
Well, you said something was free.
Yeah, it's free agency time.
Like their contracts are up.
Right, like
They're not
everybody's
on a team.
contracts are up. So they have all these good players out there are free agents. So it's
Right.
time for them to get signed to a team.
How do they do that? Do they use an agent and they're just trying to get out there
Mm.
and they're like, "Come on, man, I really went heavy on the Best Buy card. You got to give me something, man.
Yes.
Come on, man. My mother-in-law lives with us.
A lot of athletes trying to sell themselves and
Yeah.
say, I could do this. Don't forget I did this.
Right.
I was out with an injury, but now I got this.
Did I ever tell you I helped design the logo?
Yeah. Oh, yes. All those meetings.
Right. They wanted the cat to look like this, and I was like, no, it should look like this.
Because when you're out on the field.
Yeah, you want to look rare.
Okay, well, there is a player hasn't been re-signed yet. That's a free agent that is kind of freaking out. So he's now putting it out there. Hey, if somebody signs me, I'm not going to kneel anymore
Oh, so he was
for the
kneeling
national
before.
anthem, right?
And they're like, too late. This is a Trump land,
Ooh,
and we remember names.
Bolte looks upset. So former 49er Eric Reed is a free agent, hasn't been signed yet. He was one of the first players, if not the first player, to join Colin Kaepernick and kneel during the national anthem. He did 5 seasons with the San Francisco 49ers, which is where Colin was,
right?
And he's saying that he thinks he hasn't been signed yet because he was the first player to join. And now he's saying, I won't kneel if you get me a job. I have kids to support.
And he's calling Colin Kaepernick, and Colin Kaepernick's super busy with reality show offers.
Yeah.
And doing a lot of other things because he
Right.
was the first. So he's kind of like that linchpin guy.
Uh-huh.
And so, yeah, that's crazy. So he's going to be, yo, man, hook me up with a job, man.
Yeah, but a lot of people are pissed at him because they're thinking he's a sellout.
Right.
Other people are rooting for him because they're saying he got the message. But again, you didn't get the message. I don't think a lot of people got the message of why they were kneeling in the first place.
Right. The reason they're kneeling is because of that guy that just got shot in California that was in his grandma's backyard.
Right.
Yep.
And he was holding a phone and they just shot him and then they
20 times.
Then they muted their cameras and had their little discussion or whatever. But that's why those guys are kneeling.
Because of the police brutality
Right.
and
And
injustice.
So for all that, the guy, like he got a ton of support, like by when he kneeled. So all those people now are like, what?
Yeah,
You know what I
selling
mean?
out for a contract. That's not what this
Well,
is about.
Is that why you're mad, Both?
Yeah, like
okay.
if you're taking a knee to make a stance on racism and people dying on the streets, and then you're like, but if you pay me, I won't do it anymore.
Right.
Sell out.
I know, but there's also a lot of players who are like, hey, I support the right to kneel. And I think that Black Lives Matters, that whole thing, but I still am needing a job.
Yeah.
He's saying, I'm not saying, Eric Reed, former 49er Eric Reed is saying, I'm not saying I'm going to stop being active because I won't. I'm just going to consider different ways to be active, different ways to bring awareness to the issues of this country.
Right. In other words, I'll do it at, the grocery store when you say, hey, are you signed up for your
Right.
senator?
I'll go volunteer at the Boys and Girls Club.
Right, exactly.
And-
I'm not going to
right.
mess with where my paycheck comes from.
Yeah, right. So
Well-
then if you're a team, do you want a guy that's wishy-washy, that flip-flops on
Right, you're-
something so huge,
Powerful,
right?
yeah.
Powerful, right?
Right. You're either an owner that's already pissed off that he kneeled and now you're never going to see him the same way.
Right.
Or you're the person that was like, why did you go back on what you just did?
Right.
So now he's kind of really screwed.
It's tough. It's a tough position, and I get that.
And that's Larry Ulibarri
On
on
sports.
sports.
Blazing Hit Radio.
I love that morning show.
Now with more Us.
They wake me up.
Better music, less commercials, more Larry and Kathie.
In the morning, in the shower.
Yeah, and thanks to the dark web, we can see you in your shower. Looking pretty good. Those workouts are paying off.
Right. Don't look in my shower.
I just see grout. I mean, is that, that
right.
goes in between the tiles.
Yeah, right.
That's not a bad thing.
Dirty grout.
I didn't say grime. I
Clean
said
it up.
grout.
Oh, I got grime.
Dirty grout.
So we were just talking about sports, Larry Ulibarri on sports.
Right, and I'm a big sports aficionado.
And since it's Friday, a lot of us are going to be watching some movies, hanging out, doing whatever. So a list came out from ESPN, the best sports movies out there.
The history of sports movies? Okay.
And they kind of did it, ESPN kind of did it like a March Madness style bracket.
Oh, okay.
So between these two awesome sports movies,
This is
one's
the better one. Okay.
And then they whittled it down to the best.
I would imagine there's got to be Field of Dreams is in there.
Field of Dreams is on there.
And then there would be this could be a stretch, but I want to say A League of Their Own. Yeah, this is straight, guys. I mean, how are you not going to put a Madonna baseball movie in there?
I love that movie. There's no crying in
Great movie,
baseball.
right? Okay, so wait a minute.
A League of Their Own was in there. I can't say
okay.
no.
Okay, how about Love and Basketball?
Of course that's in there. Come on.
Sandlot,
Sandlot. Yes, Sandlot was in there.
Never saw it.
Little Giants.
Look at you. Little Giants, no. The obvious no-brainers were Rudy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I remember
Right.
that. That was a good movie.
He's from Joliet. That's where
Is
I
he
was
really?
born. Joliet,
Yeah.
Illinois. Yep.
Okay.
What happened in that movie? That was the little kid who was like,
Went
He
and
was
played for
special.
Notre Dame.
Right.
I get confused with Rudy and Lucas.
Yeah, right.
Right.
But Rudy will make a grown man cry.
Yeah.
A sports dude that likes.
Right.
Yeah, that doesn't cry
for
much. He'll
sure.
cry. Rudy. Field of Dreams, like you said. Caddyshack.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's one of the best sports
Oh,
movies of all
okay, yeah,
time.
you forget that one.
Uh-huh.
What about Tin Cup?
He's like, hey, well, we're young.
Tin Cup's
Hey,
on
did
there.
you get a bowl of soup with that haircut? Hey, call me when you're this.
So these are the ones that got whittled down to the top ones. So Rudy, Field of Dreams, Caddyshack, Hoosiers, Remember the Titans, and Rocky. Those are all down. Those are your Elite 8
Okay.
or Final 4, Final 5. Questionable picks. Rocky 2. Okay, The Waterboy. I'm sorry, The Waterboy is a
Yeah.
great
That's
sports
classic.
movie.
Uh-huh.
You can do it.
Bobby Boucher.
Which is how Larry's father-in-law talks.
Yeah. Kind of.
Creole.
Dodgeball.
That's a great movie.
Yeah. Love and Basketball. Space Jam.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, that was the first movie you were like, wow. But it was
kind of cool when they pulled Michael
CGI,
Jordan down
right.
through the
Yeah, but now
the
when you
little
watch
golf
it,
hole.
But now when you watch it, you're like, it's terrible. The effects are bad.
Yeah.
It's like, but they're going to do new ones.
And that was Newman from Seinfeld.
Right.
And Bring It On, people say should be a.
That's a great movie.
I knew
Yay.
Larry was.
That was like, okay, that was the last and only time Kirsten Dunst was a little cutie. I remember her being in
She's
that movie because she was so scary as the little girl in the vampire movie. And you were like, who's that little scary girl that won't die?
Right.
And then
The Star. What was that? What was the name of that?
Interview with a Vampire.
Thank you.
And then remember, she was like, she kept trying to
she
cut
was
her hair and
creepy.
it kept coming back.
Yes.
She's all, what did you do to me?
Yeah.
I was like, somebody stabbed that bitch.
In the heart.
Right,
So it's
exactly. So then she was on that movie, and then you were like, okay, she's kind of a cutie. And then she went all the way to Mona Lisa Smile, and you're like, whoa, you are that girl.
I can't believe you saw Mona Lisa Smile.
How could I not? It
I didn't
has
sit
every
through it.
chick I hate in a movie
So
in one movie.
Why would you watch it?
Because I couldn't turn away from it. Sometimes something you hate, you love more.
Train
You're
wreck.
like, right.
Okay, so Moneyball's in there. That's Brad Pitt.
I never saw that.
It was good with the
Okay.
baseball team.
What about Jerry Maguire?
Jerry Maguire's in there, of course.
How about the locker room scene from
It's not about locker rooms; it's about sports teams.
I know, but there was a sports team in Steel Magnolias, and those guys are walking around naked. And then there's like Texas has a whorehouse in it.
Lord have
Yeah.
mercy on our soul.
souls.
There was a locker room scene in that, which
Yeah.
you sent me a little video clip of last
Google,
week.
I mean YouTube. What is that movie called?
Texas has a whorehouse in it.
YouTube. Texas has a whorehouse in it. Locker room scene. You'll thank me later.
Do you know that was my grandparents' favorite movie? Like her and my grandma was like overweight, but short and cute. And my
Right.
grandpa was a skinny little frail thing. Almost looked like the dude
They were the
from
perfect-
that movie that gets taken with the farmer truck.
Okay.
So I mean,
They're the perfect 10.
They were the perfect 10 together. But the fact that they would sit down, have some scotch after Jeopardy, and totally just watch that movie and laugh their asses off. I'd be outside like catching fireflies and hear them in there laughing.
Yeah, I didn't discover that movie until you told me about it. And I was like, huh. And then I saw that scene and I was like, instant classic. This shot up to like my top 3 movies for locker room scenes.
So glad I could help you with that.
Yeah. It's really talented what those guys pulled off.
And Major League, I like
Yeah.
Major League.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, right. Major League was great. So
What about
I can't-
basketballs?
Huh?
Basketball. That was actually funny.
Which one was that?
With the makers of
South Park.
I didn't see that.
Remember,
What
it
was
was
the one?
it was a combination of basketball and baseball. They invented a new sport. It's really funny.
Yeah, it's funny.
So it was a cartoon.
No, it was
It was
real-
a movie.
it was a real
Who was
movie.
like an actor in it?
They were.
They were.
They were
Oh,
in
okay.
It was
Trey
their
was,
movie.
and okay.
Both the guys.
Yeah.
It's worth
Trey
watching.
and Matt were in it.
Yeah,
Okay. Really?
Yeah,
Were
it's really funny.
You gotta watch it.
No, I don't have time for it.
And that's Larry Liberty on sports again.